Well, a quick shout out to the Navy AGs, or our ographers mates. That's weathermen for all of you other people who don't quite know what that is. They celebrate 100 years of forecasting weather right now. And right now, couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than a Category 5 hurricane. Looking at those clear conditions as the sun sets here in West Texas, looking at the temperature change over the last 24 hours, dropping 25 degrees into those mid-70s, then making a good 25-degree run up into those triple digits. And we're still holding on to a lot of heat with those heat advisories down at 91 degrees right now. Looking across the entire Concho Valley, looking for 10 degrees right now. 91 in San Angelo is the hot spot, but everybody else in those 80s across the board. 85 up there in Sterling City, 88 down there in Junction. Nowhere to be found for 10 degrees. Looking like if not 6, if not 7 degrees across the entire region. But of course, we're looking at the dew points as they've come up a little bit with that nighttime cooling. Of course, we're up in those 30% across the board. If not pushing into those 40% down to the southeast, and those dew points are still holding strong in those 50s and those 60s across the entire region. Now we'll see how much they jump up as this cold front makes its way in from the west. Here's your setup. The long wave trough going to develop around Montana and the Dakotas. It's going to push down by Friday, where we could see some of that thunderstorm activity push through, and it's going to push back against a lot of that hurricane, if not tropical activity that could push its way in. And take a good look off the east coast. My model right now is picking up a circulation off near the east coast that could push in towards the Carolinas. Right now we're looking at the water vapor because we know the moisture is following a lot of the water vapor. Here's our long wave trough that's setting up. This is what it's going to take to push that high pressure out of the way. But when we take you down towards the moisture tracker, you're going to see how it's going to continue to push a lot of this moisture up into the atmosphere and cause a lot more severe weather for the Ohio River Valley before it concentrates around the Gulf Coast region, and that's going to work in tandem with that hurricane making its way up through the Caribbean. Right now we're looking at the severe weather outlook for the entire nation. Still has just been the target right here across Nebraska, and the storm chasers have been there all day watching a lot of those tornado warnings and watches finally expire, but they're still dealing with a little bit of severe weather right now. Everywhere else pretty much calming down, including that storm off towards East Texas. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, we have it on the table right now. Here is your Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Beryl, right now pushing through the Caribbean. It's already made landfall as a Category 4, but it has upgraded as it ran into more warm water. We'll see if it doesn't run anymore, but look how tight that circulation is. Hurricane hunters have already pushed through that area, measuring about 150 miles per hour winds, along with about a 934 millibar low. That's pretty deep when we're talking about low pressure systems. Here's its trajectory right now as a Category 5. Could downgrade by tomorrow, eventually making landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula as a tropical storm, and then becoming post-tropical as it reaches the Bay of Campeche, but we'll see if it doesn't find any more energy. Here is the most updated model that I have as it continues to push just south of Cuba, finally takes aim at the Yucatan Peninsula, and then my model runs out of data. But take a good look. There's another storm right behind it, and we'll see if it doesn't develop into anything. So tonight, dropping back down into those 70s, still holding on to a lot of heat. Heat advisory still in effect. Then tomorrow, somehow hotter as we get up into those triple digits again. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water, finding shady spots, and taking plenty of breaks, because it's going to cool down a little bit. Shouldn't impact this 4th of July weekend as we start to see those temperatures still holding on to the triple digit, and then our cold front starts to make its way through, going to push us back down into those 90s, seeing a good amount of rainfall push through the area, and then we warm right back up for that second week of July, while those lows follow the same trend, going from those mid-70s down into those lower 70s. Stay tuned. I'm over at the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.